Hey guys, I'm Greg Case with Forge, and this is Daniel Bender helping me out today. And we're reviewing the Springfield Armory Prodigy Compact with Commander Length barrel for the Armory Life. Before we jump into this, I just have to say that I'm pretty impressed with this pistol. What are your thoughts, Daniel?
I mean, absolutely. We've shot roughly 400 plus rounds today through this thing, and it's pretty incredible. I think for a compact gun, sometimes they can be great. Sometimes there's much to desire, and this really hits the box on everything you would need it to do. If you need one gun to be your go-to, I was very impressed with this.
Well, it sure does. And so let's talk about that. It came out in January of 25. Its big brother, the original Prodigy full size, came out in September of 22. And what they've done here is they've shrunk the Prodigy enough to become an everyday carry, a concealed carry weapon, without compromising the features that make it great for competition, great for home defense, great for working on the range or as a duty gun.
You know, that's one thing, going from the 5-inch barrel of the full-size Prodigy down to a 4.25, you're really not sacrificing that much. The stippling on it, just, you know, we're starting to see that more from manufacturers that are including stippling on your guns, which is very nice. And this is really, really comfortable.
Yeah.
To have a compact gun that has a steel match-grade bull barrel, a steel slide, which gives you the weight that you desire in a full-size gun, and that sometimes you lack in these compact guns. And then working back, you know, you have this optics plate, which lets you use whatever optic you want. But even like aesthetically, which, you know, guns are an aesthetic thing.
Yeah.
Just the way that this thing fits along the slide, if you can see here, you know, it's very aesthetic. We're both lefty shooters, which is very rare. You know, some people call us wrong-sided, but I think we're just more creative, you know?
That's right.
But if you're a lefty shooter or a righty shooter, you've got a nice ambidextrous safety.
I love that ambidextrous safety.
Very nice.
It's not only that it's ambidextrous, it's that you can actually reach it and manipulate it without losing your grip.
Absolutely.
And that's not true of all safeties. I think for both of us, at least, this worked well.
Absolutely.
Let's talk about just some of the accessories and things that this gun has.
Yeah.
I don't know, you talked about the sights.
Oh, yep. It has a tritium sight.
Front sight. And not only that, but they've raised these sights high enough that at least with this Vortex, and I imagine with a lot of other red dots, you can co-witness. That also is not true of many guns on the market today, and so that's a huge plus, I think. The rail on the bottom, the pick rail, it's long enough to fit a full-size light on, but I mean, there's a multitude of lights on the market. Take your pick, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Let's talk about the magazines. Now, when Springfield sent this to us, it came with two 15-rounders, so that's a 15 plus 1 round capacity. And we've tested these out. Super reliable.
Very reliable.
Drop free.
Yep.
Let's talk about how it shot.
Yeah.
So we began testing on a Ransom Master Series mechanical rest. And the reason we did this, as you know, is because it takes out that human factor, that error, just to see how well the gun is made.
Yep.
And we got some really great results. We tried 4 different types of ammunition from 3 different manufacturers, different weights, different bullet profiles, and I think we had a best of under an inch.
Yep.
So for 3 groups of 5 rounds each at 15 yards, which is the Armory Life protocol, and we had just under an inch with the HSTs as an average. We had barely over an inch with Black Hills 124 jacketed hollow point. Honey Badger was right at 2 inches, which is still fantastic.
Yep.
We also tested Hornady Critical Defense. That shot fantastic, printed just over an inch. To me, it doesn't matter what ammunition you put in this gun, it's going to shoot.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, a gun like this is designed for personal protection, range use. It's really designed to fill that gap between, you know, a smaller gun and a full-size duty gun. There'll be some shooters that can outshoot this gun, but 99% of America, the industry, civilians, they're not going to outshoot this gun.
It would be hard to outgrow the accuracy of this gun, and everything shot flawlessly through it.
Absolutely.
So this is a double stack 1911, or what some people refer to as a 2011. When you look at the market, you can find some maybe for 1,000 at the low end, all the way up to 8,000 or 9,000.
Oh yeah.
This comes in at $1,599.
I think Springfield did a phenomenal job. They brought in a lot of features that you would get on much more expensive firearms.
Exactly.
And not just that, but like it's actually built well. You know, at a $1,600 gun,
Right.
it's built very, very, very well.
Checks all the boxes.
It does.
So it is the Goldilocks.
It is the Goldilocks.
And yet, if you have a bunch of guns like me and you have,
Absolutely.
you still want a gun like
Yeah, you do. Yep. Thank you, Springfield, for sending this out. This was a lot of fun to test. Anytime you can just come and spend the day shooting a gun, it's fun. But when you get to come and spend the day shooting a gun that actually inspires you and makes shooting fun, it's a lot better.
So true.
And I think you'll be very, very impressed. And just it's a phenomenal gun.
It is.